A lot of incredible things happened to me. Where to begin? Perhaps I'll start with one unfortunate incident. An incident involving this guy I found tied up. He tried to act tough. What do you want from me? It's not that easy to break me. I wasn't in the mood for games. Shut up. Your name? Why did you come here? He just stared back, defiant. Jiang Chen. Tch, what kind of girly name is that for an ass? All questions to my mom. Since I was born in the morning, my name has the word morning in it. He started rambling. And it's not girly at all. Many say it's a good name, and Chen describes my beautiful appearance and my mom. Don't change the subject. You talk too much. I kicked his chair to shut him up. What the? I spit on your mother. But you asked. You're just evil. I'm the only son for the last 9 generations. You want to destroy my pedigree? He was getting desperate. I sat down. And you have potential to be a toy. 9 generations, you say? Then answer my question. I leaned in close. If you dare to lie to me again, I'll crush your little friend. I pressed him for answers. I've never seen you in Wanhai. Tell the truth. Where are you from? I came from the north. I glanced at the can he had. This can of cola? Where did you find it? I took a sip. Just a regular drink. He watched me, sweating. Idiot. I know it's a drink. I'm asking where you got it. I can't explain. I was done playing. Stop playing dumb. Spit it out. I kicked the chair and he burst into tears. Damn, miss, please just kill me instead of scaring my friend like this. He was a complete mess. I pulled out my gun. Do you think I'm afraid to kill you? You wouldn't do that. Fine, as you wish. He suddenly yelled. Is this how you thank the person who just saved your life? He had a point. I paused. All right, I went a little too far. I lowered the gun. He tried to sound sincere. Believe me, I'm a good guy. I have no ill intentions. Oh, are you from the Northern Alliance? No, I'm from a slightly more prosperous place, and I'm gathering information for one person. By the way, I can offer an extra payment. For example, the can of cola you just drank, or the 3 cans of food you emptied. I saved you from starvation. If I say anything else today, I'm afraid we'd both suffer. I told him the truth. I don't know what you're looking for here, but all the supermarkets, warehouses, and even refrigerators have been looted. You'll hardly find even a crumb of bread. Then he proposed an alliance. Maybe we should work together. I just arrived. How to put it? Everything went wrong for me, and now I need a guide. I will reward you generously. A generous reward, huh? What reward? Look at my pocket. I reached into his hoodie pocket and pulled something out. It's a carrot. Accept it as a gift. I took a bite. Nom. I haven't eaten anything fresh in so long. I have plenty of vegetables. Really? So, you agree to work together? I paused, thinking. Oh yes, Miss Sun Jiao. I still don't know your name. Sun Jiao. I stood up and pulled my gun on him again. Let's get this straight. If our cooperation includes any strange servicing, I'll instantly blow a hole in your head. Of course not, Miss Su Jiao. Please believe me. All I want is an experienced guide. And this, you think I'm short on food? I had to know his real motive. Then what exactly are you looking for? Is it for slaves? Even his weird chicken looked annoyed. You're overthinking it. No. You misunderstood. We don't need slaves. What I need is technology. Technology? That's right. Technologies like the laser gun that you're holding and the device in your hand. Even though we have these things, we can't produce them ourselves. That's why we decided to come to this wasteland." I wasn't buying it. I pointed at him. "These technologies are simple enough. In the city-states, many are capable of assembling them. You still haven't told me the truth." He could see me sweating. Dang. He tried to cover his tracks again. "That was just an example. Our technologies are more developed when it comes to food production and resource management. But on the other hand, our main technologies are nowhere near yours. That's why I'm here." He was clearly lying. Even I believe my own lie. I decided to change the subject. "In that case, let's talk about my reward." "Huh?" He seemed panicked. "Dang, what currency do they use in this world?" He asked me what I wanted in return. Type-C batteries, food, and crystals will all do. But personally, I prefer food. I had one more question. "Oh, by the way, do you have any more canned chicken curry?" I was really craving it. "No, you ate them all." I narrowed my eyes. Were you trying to fool me?" I wouldn't dare. I smiled and slowly stood up. What are you going to do?" "Guess." He immediately panicked. "Come on again." I raised my foot. No, please no." He finally broke. "Salary, 10 cans of food a month. I'll take care of your food." He was crying his eyes out. "This sounds more like the truth." I smiled. "Deal." "You evil woman. Ugh." "Is it just a small thing?" "Hey, now that we're working together, hurry up and untie me." I sighed and started to untie the ropes. Crunch, crunch. "Ow!" He started whining immediately. I was tied up for so long that my hands are numb. I tried to be chivalrous. "Now your safety is my responsibility." She scoffed at me. "Nonsense. Who will pay you if I die? As long as I don't die at your hands, I'll be happy." "What now? Are we leaving?" I was confused. "Leave? Why?" "We just stood by the window looking out. For now, this will be our meeting place." "Here? Look around." "Don't worry. This is the safest place right now." This was the city of Wanghai in the year 2190. Zombies and other creatures roamed the streets. Everything was in ruins. It was a truly terrifying sight. I had to explain my situation. I just graduated from college in 2017, and I'm not supposed to be here. That's right. I traveled through time. Just like in TV shows, but instead of going back to the past, I was sent to the post-apocalyptic world. This place was a living nightmare. Never even in my wildest dreams would I have thought I could have an ability like this. It all started a few months ago, June 2017. My phone rang. Beep, beep. I answered. "Hello?" "Hi, Mom, it's me." "Hello, son. How's work? Is everything okay?" "Everything's fine." "Fine? What do you mean? Do you need money again?" Yes, I've spent it all, but I promise this is the last time. I'll find a job and pay you back." "The last time? How many times has that been? You graduated a year ago, but you're still taking money from your mother." "It's only been a year. Who finds a good job right after graduating these days? It takes time." "Who said that? Look at your cousin. He was appointed to a high position right after graduation, and he earns decently. And look at your other cousin." I muttered, "Yeah, all your relatives are damn good." "What did you say?" "No, nothing. Listen to your mother. It's not easy to survive in the big city. Come back home if nothing works out. Your father needs help on the pig farm." "Forget it. I'm not interested in raising pigs." "What's wrong with raising pigs? Where do you think we got the money for your education?" "Damn, she's at it again." "You should be grateful to the pigs." "Oh, Mom, I have..."
Things to do. I have to go. Bye. Geez, no one would believe she's never practiced the lion's roar. I hung up as fast as I could. Sigh. If only someone could solve all my problems. My name is Qian Chen. I'm 23 years old. It's been a year since I graduated from university, but I still haven't found a decent job. Only this Harbin beer helps. Huh, a shooting star. They say it can grant any wish. Let's check if it's true. With all my heart, I wish to find a wonderful job. I will treat it very seriously. I will work hard, and I wish to get a promotion. Become a manager. Be appointed as general director. Marry Miss Perfection. Reach all the peaks. Ha 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 ha! Huh. The falling star? It's changing direction. What a rare phenomenon. Crap! It's coming right at me. Damn, it caught me off guard. It sounds funny to say it out loud, but a falling star, it actually fell right on me. After that incident, I discovered an incredible new ability. The ability to travel through time and space. I later discovered that after absorbing about 100 kilowatts of energy, the tattoo, the space around my wrist, fills up. That's what meets the requirements for traveling. The tattoo didn't just give me the ability to travel, it also gave me entry into a parallel space, one I could visit at any time. This bracelet, it also contained a spatial storage. However, it was just a small storage space, only about 1 square meter. A small flap of a butterfly's wing in the Amazon rainforest can cause a tornado in Texas. Even the smallest changes can cause colossal effects on our future. That's why the future is a completely doubtful and relative quantity. My first journey through time brought me to an abandoned house. Ouch, that was a rough landing. It seems this house hasn't been visited in ages. Let's see if there are any clues in this newspaper. I started to read. Year 2150, global warming, resource scarcity. Year 2164, political crisis, war between Europe and China. Year 2171, tensions escalate, USSR accuses RSA, sparks World War III. Year 2172, Paris and World War III officially becomes a nuclear battle. Year 2173, radiation, 80% of the planet covered in snow, global cooling, famine, disease, human civilization almost completely destroyed. Year 2174, a treaty to cease the last attacks, a program to restore the environment is launched. Year 2174, UN declares radioactive cells caused mutations. Warlords, mutated cells, zombies, the human catastrophe, law and order disappeared in a matter of days. Year 2176, UN sent exploration ships to Kepler 186f and Alpha Centauri, carrying the last hope of civilization to find a new world. But that meant nothing to the people left fighting on Earth. This is still one high, but it's so different from the one high I lived in. Who would have thought so much could have happened in that time? All right, forget it. Let's see what this world is. What the hell is that? Mutants or something like them? It's too dangerous here. I better get out of here fast. The tattoo disappeared after the first use? I guess I need to recharge. I plugged in my old console. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Aye! What? That felt weird. There must be something valuable in that world. I have to go back. But wait, if I go back there without a plan, I could run into trouble. Right, I need to prepare. Canned food? Stew? Instant noodles. I think this should be enough for 3 days. Of course, I don't plan on spending the night there, but it's better to be prepared, just in case. And perfect landing. Got it. It's so quiet. It looks like the zombies don't appear during the day. I have a bad feeling. After all, I know nothing about this world. The first thing I need to do is find a safe place. This will do. Is the door locked? Is anyone here? No one? I'm coming in. It looks like no one has been here for a long time. It should be safe here. Suddenly, a hand grabbed my leg. Help! Holy Mother! A ghost! I kicked out instinctively. Klats! Oof! Wait, was that a person? On the floor was a woman. Hey, you little bastard, I'll kill you! Wow, what a beauty! I thought to myself, I'll definitely, save her. Water. Give me water. I rushed to help her up. My beautiful lady, what happened to you? Right away. Just a second. I brought 2 bottles. I helped her take a sip. Here, drink. And how is it? Are you feeling better? I'm starving. It's a good thing I brought canned food. But as I opened it, she suddenly bit me. Ow! All right, I've crushed your nuts. What? Are you nuts? Crazy? Why would she think she's nuts? Has haversation gotten to her head? You're not nuts, crazy. Not at all. Don't talk about yourself like that. You're nuts. Just eat.
And what happens next, you already know. I really thought she might fall for me. But I never imagined the person I saved would be such an ungrateful witch. Luckily, she still has some conscience. If I'd been found by cannibals or slavers, I'd be dumplings by now. Danger can come from anywhere. It's a good thing she agreed to my proposal. She asked me, "And yet, how are you going to deliver supplies here?" I just told her, "My people have their methods. Don't worry about it." I looked at the art. These paintings could be worth millions, but their artists probably haven't even been born in my original world. Getting money for them is impossible. I almost forgot. I looked over, and then I spotted something on the floor. Wait, this is high-tech equipment. These devices, she explained. These things, most of them stopped working after the nuclear explosion. But you can still take a few parts from there and sell them. Some are still used on survivor bases. I realized, if these were invented before the explosion, then people who know how to make them must still exist. And with food as leverage, I can make the geniuses of this world fight for the right to work for me. In this new world, their old abilities are useless. Their low-quality tech will just get them killed. Only those who possess the best will prosper. Then she spoke again. To be honest, I don't see the point in these fortifications. As long as we're quiet, these brainless freaks won't even try to come in here. Besides, there are no strong mutants in this area. I stood up. All right, that's enough. This isn't protection from zombies. I know that as long as I don't get in their sight, they won't touch me. This is protection from uninvited guests, right? I doubt you'd want someone slitting your throat while you sleep. I smiled. We'll stay in the city for a bit, and then it will become our starting point. She actually replied, "Okay, boss." Who would even think of climbing into this house? It's obviously already been searched. I sat down across from her. "Do you have a map of the area?" She said, "What's your identifier? I'll send it to you right now." Identifier? An identifier? She looked surprised. "This is a joke, right? Don't tell me you don't have one." I pouted. "I can buy one." She sighed and took off her own device. It's hard to imagine someone exploring the city without one. Aren't you worried about excess radiation in your body? Try it on. I took it. Thanks. It was pretty comfortable. Where did you get it? Took it off the corpse of some poor guy. My sweat dropped. Yeah. A holographic screen popped up, showing my stats. Strength 12, bone strength 12, reflexes 11, intellect
11. My radiation level was safe. She scoffed. Come on, not even one of your parameters has even reached 20. She leaned in. Are you sure you're a man? I grinned right back at her. You want to find out? You're standing right in front of me. Why haven't you tried yet? She just looked away. Maybe some other time. I thought to myself, she's too dangerous. I better focus on myself. Get money, get girls. But then, so why can't I get this old hag out of my head? Better keep my guard up. She noticed me spacing out. Something wrong, my little boss? Why did you go quiet? I just mumbled. Nothing, just thinking about something from the past. I could see her thinking to herself, let's forget about it. There's no point in insulting my meal ticket. With him, I won't starve. Besides, this kid seems like a not bad guy. And a not bad guy in this wasteland is more than just a joke. That laugh. Can you not laugh so menacingly? She got close. Don't I look more attractive when I laugh? Crap. And what am I supposed to say to that? I started to think about my plan. This is a world full of treasures. Even the simplest equipment here can easily surpass all the developments of my modern world. But it's not practical to just grab all these high-tech things and sell them. So, I need this world's gold. She looked at me confused. What? I misheard. What do you need it for? I knew it. Bingo. In this world where only chaos rules, gold must have absolutely no value. She confirmed it. In a place where everyone thinks only of hunger, no one in their right mind would trade food for some shiny trinkets. But I was thinking, but in my case, it's the only thing that's so highly valued back home. She pressed. And? I stayed silent. I puffed my cheeks. You don't have to know this. She rolled her eyes. Fine. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. I smiled. Here. I held out the bread that I'd just materialized. Snap. Her eyes went wide.
I was flustered, holding the bread. What did he want from me? He just started talking, rambling about not being desperate. Breakfast, 3 meals a day, but I think you're better off eating outside. Here, this is for you. He was giving me food. He handed me a warm pot. I was stunned. In this wasteland, I've seen people kill each other just for a scrap of food. I've met cannibals who wanted to cook me. And this man, he was the first person to actually worry about me. I had to ask, what is this? Breakfast. You'll have problems if you don't eat tomorrow. Anyway, if you eat in the morning, it will give you more strength. He seemed to forget our situation for a moment. I completely forgot. This is a post-apocalyptic world. Thank you. It's nothing. I'll try to get the gold that's in the bank vaults. Yes? Gold? But bringing it here, that will be much harder than just finding it. Besides, the EMP from the explosion destroyed most of the electronics. All the machines in the city are just scrap metal now. All the advanced tech is seriously damaged. I just wish I could find people to fix things, not just be treated like a machine myself. Calmly, just focus on the search. I need to know the situation, the danger level, and the exact location of the gold. He was already planning. I understood. The real danger would start soon, after sunset. That's all. Try to get back before dark. I gathered my supplies. Flashlight, weapon, food, protective suit, ready. I turned to him one last time. See you. As she turned to leave, I quickly stopped her. By the way, can I look at your stats? She obliged, activating her wrist device. When I saw the data, I couldn't believe it. Sun Yue, strength 44, bone strength 61, reflexes 40. Holy crap, is she even human? She just walked out the door, leaving me completely floored by those numbers. After she was gone, I sat down. I couldn't waste a single second. I needed to hurry and cultivate my power. With my energy field active, I lay down. I finally feel safe. I woke up a little later and checked my watch. Right, time to recharge. I forced myself to get up. I glanced at the power strip on the floor. Don't even think about it. Trying to charge using that thing would take an eternity. I went outside to the district power supply. To charge as fast as possible, I'll have to steal some energy from here. I just hoped Sunway wouldn't come back and find me gone. I grabbed the main cables. The power surged into me. A feeling of pure satisfaction. But right then, the power cut out. Hey, where did the energy go? Damn this company. They cut the power again. I was left standing in the dark, completely cut off. Damn, I'd better get out of here. Back in my room, I knew this was a serious problem. I have to solve this. Maybe hire someone to modify the grid. But how could I explain that? It'll be a huge issue if I attract government attention. Wait, maybe I just need to rent a different place. A facility that can actually handle this kind of energy load. Damn, it'll be so much better if I could just find someone who could do all this work for me. I checked my device again, looking for solutions. The screen lit up with data. Wait, what about that iodine tincture? Aha, there it is. I found a potential lead right on the local network. But before I could get started, my stomach let out a huge growl. Right. As they say, a day without food is not a day. Time to refuel. I quickly fired up the stove and started cooking. Drumroll, please. Done! It's perfect! I really should have become a cook. As I ate, I couldn't help but think, I can't even imagine how many kilos or even tons of gold this simple meal could be exchanged for in that other world. With just a single can of food, I could probably attract the prettiest woman in that city. I took a swig of beer. Burp. Yes, thank God I wasn't born in that shithole. That life? Burp. On the other hand, if World War III really did destroy that world, a useless student like me would have just rotted in some alley. I shouldn't even think about it. I need to focus on the present. I shook those depressing thoughts out of my head. All right, beer, check. Food, check. Mood, check. Time to go. I looked at the tattoo on my arm. Just a second. Right, I should probably grab... Okay, let's go. I grabbed more supplies from the fridge. Better stock up. I made my way to the facility I'd found. It was dark, but I could hear the distinct hum of active machinery inside. I stepped cautiously into the building. After returning, I collapsed on the couch, exhausted from the trip. I checked my arm. I haven't even used half of my energy, and my weight hasn't changed at all. Could it be that my energy capacity increases with the number of times I charge? Never mind that for now. I need to make sure of something. I found what looked like the main distribution panel. Now, what am I supposed to do with this? I paused, looking over the old, dusty equipment. I reached out and placed my hand on the main console, and suddenly the whole room whirred to life. Lights and systems started beeping and booting up. I couldn't help but smile. Everything is in working order. Finally back home, I sat down and relaxed. Living here isn't so bad after all. Just as I thought that, I heard a sharp knock on the door. That must be Sunyu.
I watched her through the binoculars. Looks like she found it, and it didn't even take that long. She made her way up the stairs, climbed right over the railing, and hit the button for the gate. Just as planned, the gate started to open. She wasn't expecting the door to be working and just fell right through. Oh! Hey, bastard, do you want me to die? I couldn't help but laugh. Oh, come on. It was just an accident. She was not happy about my accident. She finally calmed down and told me what happened. It was suicide. The bank was full of zombies. It took me 2 whole batteries to get rid of them. The bank vault was protected by several layers of steel. I couldn't open it. I got these ingots from the VIP room. I just looked at the heavy bag she was carrying. Heavy. She tossed it down. Catch! I braced myself. And caught the massive bag. It hit the ground with a thud. And she dragged this all the way? It's too heavy. Then I remembered. Right. I grabbed a soda from my bag. Catch! She looked surprised as I threw it. She caught it easily. And this? You'll like it. She took a drink and seemed impressed. Damn, not bad. It's still cold? She let out a small burp and laughed. Yeah. The refrigerator is still working. I just smiled, still sweating from hauling that heavy bag. She made herself comfortable. Never mind. You won't tell me where you found it, even if I ask. So, what's next? She put her feet up on the desk. I'm afraid we'll need a pro if we want to blow open that vault door and get the rest of the gold. And we'll also need some weak explosives or a professional hacker to get rid of the electronic lock. I just stared at her. You must be kidding. I asked her, and where can I find these things? In survivor settlements, for example. In Luding? Is that far from here? She just gave me a mysterious, It's a very interesting place, but a little expensive. And what does that mean? She started to explain. Imagine two camps, residents who have their own homes, and slaves who have sold their freedom. Those who visit the city must pay 1 unit of energy in crystals, or its equivalent, to pass. She pulled out a gray crystal. Here's this thing. This piece of crystal holds 37 units of energy. You can check it with your computer. They're not that easy to get. They are only found on the back of the heads of the strongest mutants. She placed it on the table. If possible, I would rather not meet these guys again. I picked up the crystal. Energy. And what can I get for it? 1/10 of canned meat, or 5/10 of other canned food. I was surprised. 10 food supplements, 1 C-class battery, 3 clips of ammo. You can exchange it for a lot of things. A thought crossed my mind. Can it charge my tattoo? I pressed the crystal against my arm, trying to see if it would react. She continued. This energy is used as currency at many survivor bases. You can even spend 1 night with a lady for it. I immediately started coughing. After clearing my throat, I smiled. 37 units of energy. I'll trade them for these cans. What do you say? She grinned. Gotcha. We slid the items across the table, making the trade. But then she started to warn me. I know you have a lot of food and all, but if you exchange them so recklessly, you'll be at a loss. If you keep trading like this, others will take advantage. Most of the canned food in Luding is made from mutated fish, and some even add sand. Maybe even fill it with human flesh. She looked down at the cans I gave her. Chicken curry, pork. This is the first time in my life I've tried this delicacy. I stayed silent. Don't believe me? Then listen. Sellers use mutated cows for transport. I was lucky enough to try this meat once. Even Sukum. Hey, enough. Stop embarrassing me. I shouted, I believe you. Her words hit me hard. This world, it's not as simple as I thought. I'm weak, if she wants to. And these gold bars, will this be enough? Can I even stop? They could make canned food out of me if I hesitate. They could bury me alive. Or I could mutate from radiation and not even notice. She must have seen the look on my face. Something wrong? I believe? Is that all? Damn it. It doesn't matter how worried she is. Nothing. I was just thinking how to set up trade based on your prices. But in my head, I was screaming. Never. Not in my life. Just say it. I finally said what I was thinking. And although where I live, there is a lot of food, my world is just as cruel as this one. So, I believe you. She leaned back. As long as you're the boss, I should probably worry about your safety too. And if someone deceives you, it will be my miscalculation. How should I put it? If someone tries to encroach on your wealth, it will be a problem for me too. If you think about trading with someone in the future, take me with you. I was stunned. She's actually worried about me. I decided then. Whatever. I don't need to worry about this now. From now on, I will only take her to avoid problems. Don't look at me like that. You're giving me goosebumps.
Okay. She was surprised. She saw the open fridge full of light and food. We can finally get a change of pace. How can this be? The refrigerator, I smirked. I told you it's still working. She was practically drooly. I stood up, excited. Enough eating only canned food. Today we'll eat something fresh. She was on board. Yes, I declared. In honor of my first subordinate. She looked confused. You? I had to stop her. Hold your horses. I know you have a lot of questions. We'll discuss everything after dinner. But for now, I needed to know. Do you know how to cut tomatoes? We started grabbing the ingredients. Fresh eggs and bright red tomatoes. I held up the potatoes. Today we'll have... She blushed. Tomato omelette. My perspective changes now. This is my past. Even living in poverty, as they used to call it, I still had loving parents and a wonderful older sister. And despite the nuclear winter that had raged outside the shelter for many years, the environment inside the shelter was like paradise. We were so happy. And only later did I find out that there are marauders who specifically team up to attack poor and defenseless settlements. They attacked people who left their shelters, taking what they needed to survive and plundering the locals. It was after this incident that I became a professional at surviving in the wasteland. Her intense flashback ended. Back in the present, I was chopping tomatoes. Huh? Hey, take it easy. At this rate, you'll cut through the board. She seemed a little surprised. I had to ask, when was the last time you cooked? What? I took a bite of the egg. Every ingredient is the result of hard work. So be careful with them. You must put your soul into this process. I took over the pan and started to cook. She finally ate. Her face lit up. She was thinking it was a dish no one in the wasteland had ever tried. She savored the tomato omelette. I decided it was time. I know you have a lot of questions. For example, where I got all this food. But she just froze. Her chopsticks stopped. She was thinking that she couldn't even describe the feeling, that it was like she'd fallen into a fairy tale. A fairy tale? She explained. When we lived in the shelter before the war, we had several books. We called them fairy tales. Everyone lived happily, had a family, friends, and even their love. Isn't that a fairy tale? I thought about it. This world is damn interesting. Just a second. I got up from the table. I returned with an armful of beers. I'll go home when I get tired. We can have a few drinks. I set them on the table, and she immediately started chugging one. She looked at the can. Huh? She let out a burp. Compared to the good old cola, this stuff is tasteless. I chugged mine and slammed the can down. Yeah, but it helps let it all out. All in all, it's good stuff. We both agreed, already feeling the buzz. She was already getting tipsy, leaning on the table. It seems 2 sips aren't enough to get a taste.
Hiccup. Oh, really? I raised my can. Let's drink. We'll drink to the last one. We were getting pretty wild. We were both laughing, completely drunk and surrounded by empty cans. Yeah, drink to the end. Let's drink. We clinked cans again. We were so drunk, she was face down on the table. I'm telling you, those monsters you talked about earlier, they're nothing. They're just a bunch of butterflies. Pff, no, you listen. Where I'm from, we have this kind of monster called graduation. It's a real devil for college students. It not only takes away their carefree student life and monthly allowances from their parents, but it also forces them to move to a completely unfamiliar city. More! Hiccup. We carry dreams on our shoulders and hard work. And then something like, buff. Wait a minute. She was barely lifting her head. What is a buff? Well, it's like a strong resolve that you never had. Ah, it doesn't matter. Let me finish. Then you have to work in companies and earn a living. Work. Otherwise, your boss will come and torture you. That set her off. Ew, this won't happen. Bow. She punched me right in the jaw. With my physical data, we'll see who tortures whom. Look at my ID. She fumbled with her wrist. Why can't I open my ID? You are high. This is my shoe, you idiot. I let out a satisfied burp as she struggled. Then I grabbed her boot off the table. She snapped and grabbed me in a chokehold. How dare you take my things? I was choking. But I saw my opening and swept her leg right out from under her. I grabbed her arm as she went down. I grinned. My moment had come. Today, I'm going to show you. She was on the floor, looking up at me. Huh? Who exactly is the boss here? I'm on the floor. He's looking down at me. What? What did you say? But I'm not that weak. I flipped him. I want to be on top. How is she? Where did you get all the strength? As we were struggling, this thing just appeared. What is it? She looks surprised too. This woman, she's staring at me. You, what do you want? And now she's laughing? She poked me. Oh, what a cute little chick. How dare she? How dare you laugh? Calling me little. That's it. You really made me angry. I'll show you what I'm made of. Yeah, and large. What? No, this is unbelievable. I did it. Please, use your imagination. Snore. Pew. Pant. I'm leaving. 10 battles. I'm exhausted. 4 hours used up 20 years of my energy. Bzz. I woke up next to her. Sorry, I will be responsible. She just giggled. You're not going to say you'll marry me, or that you'll protect me forever like those lovey-doves. That's what's written in those old books that remind me of the past. She looked me right in the eyes. I'm not easy to feed. I didn't hesitate. I can feed you. I have many enemies. I'm not afraid. I still have things I need to do. I will help you. I put my hand on her face. Trust me. She didn't say anything,
Wait, what? She's kissing me! She pulled back slightly. Then, what are you waiting for? My man, feed me! I heard those words from the corner. What? Not again? Her words started echoing in my head. Feed me now. Feed me now. Oh my God. Please use your imagination. The next day, I was completely drained. In the end, I managed to survive until dawn. Zzz. I'm out of here. Chapter 13. I have a mention in the post-apocalyptic world. I was struggling to keep up. Sun Shao, wait up. After that intense training, pant, all night, my head is spinning. My legs are buckling. I need to take a break. She just yelled back at me. Stop complaining. Are you even a man? Faster, catch up. I muttered to myself. Puh, you women. You'll never understand male fatigue. Danger is everywhere. Stay close. Suddenly, I felt something. Huh? Is it going to rain? She looked up. Those aren't clouds. It's radiation dust. I panicked. Does that mean we're completely exposed to radiation with zero protection? Don't worry. As long as you still have that in your ID, the radiation level hasn't exceeded the threshold limit. There's also no need to worry about growing a third limb. However, if you suddenly find yourself near a nuclear reactor or the former parliament building, it's better to wear a protective suit, of course. I remembered last night. I wouldn't be here if it weren't for your rotten ideas, Last night, since you promised to help me, you'll have to find out about combat operations. Tomorrow, Za is coming with me. At the very least, learn to shoot a pistol to protect yourself. Actually, I think... Shut up. Tomorrow we're going to the survivor base on 6th Street. You need to get vaccinated. You'll be in danger without it. That I'd be better off undercover suits me more. Back in the present, I tried to stop her. Wait. I looked around. Zombies. Right now, we are going through a zombie-infested zone. She readied her weapon. Did you know? The best place to hone your shooting skills is a battlefield. So, hold your weapon. I looked at her confused. Which one are you talking about? She started explaining the options. SKO Sirius, a short and medium-range laser rifle. The best option when it comes to fighting zombies. It's quiet, with high accuracy. But, to get familiar with shooting, it's better to start with a firearm. PK-200 assault rifle, 7.62 mm caliber. Although firearms are not as accurate, their power and reliability are unmatched by any laser weapon. You can even use it as a poker without any problems. The safety is located on the upper right side of the handle. Make sure the safety is on when you're not going to shoot. We started walking through this overgrown area, filled with giant bugs. Sun Shao, these mutants, they're not going to attack us, right? It's okay, don't worry. All right, let's get moving. Not all creatures are aggressive. For example, rats. Although they're huge in size, their physiological, innate fear of humans still remains. I saw a giant cockroach and flinched. And although cockroaches look frightening, because of their feeding model, they will not attack people. Zombies stop all activity during the day, as the mutant cells attached to the back of their heads require a stable environment for photosynthesis. What we need to watch out for are the predators. They usually feed on zombies and other mutants, but of course, they're not picky when it comes to humans. And finally, humans. If one of them aims for your head, don't hesitate. Shoot. Damn, this world is too dangerous. It won't be easy to even survive. I was speechless. We arrived at a village, but it was quiet. Too quiet. Something's not right. All the nearby mutants have disappeared. Most likely, there's something even stronger around. Most likely, it's a variety of predators. Have you heard of death claws?
I heard an explosion nearby. Death claws? What is that? Before I could process it, the woman I was with took off. She yelled back at me. "There's a battle up ahead. Follow me." I had no choice but to follow, even though I was screaming at her. "Hey, are you sure this is the right direction?" Ugh, running after this crazy woman? I'm gonna get into trouble sooner or later. Just then, I heard soldiers shouting, "Faster! Maintain fire! Throw explosives!" We ran right into a combat zone. The soldiers were desperate. "Ammo! I need ammo!" Ah! They were fighting that. A grotesque, fleshy monster taking heavy fire. They tried to coordinate. Attack! Focus fire! But it was useless. The creature swatted them aside like flies. Men were thrown, coughing up blood. It was horrifying. We finally got a clear look at it. I couldn't believe my eyes. It's a mountain of meat. Why did this thing show up here? What the hell is this? The soldiers were desperate, one of them shouting, "Open fire, now! We won't last long!" They launched a rocket straight at it, and it exploded on impact. More shots landed, tearing into its flesh. Green fluid sprayed everywhere as the monster roared in agony. Chapter break. Title card. Suddenly, a massive blast of energy came from our side, hitting the creature head-on and making it stumble back in pain. The monster was clearly wounded. The woman beside me finally explained what this thing was. Roshan is a curse for all types of weapons, and his bad habit of throwing things is an absolute nightmare. She glanced towards the cannon that fired. The 99 Type anti-tank gun is practically the only thing that can destroy this big guy. I looked over and saw what she was talking about. A massive, walking mech turret. After the battle, I noticed some people in protective suits approaching the monster's corpse. What are those guys doing? Collecting crystals. Besides, Roshan can be used as fertilizer, and the organism and phospholipids in a nutrient solution. Nutrient solutions? Why does that sound like food? I swear, I will never, ever touch any damn nutrient solution. She motioned for me to follow. "Stop dawdling! Let's go!" We arrived at a fortified gate. A guard spoke to her. "Welcome to 6th Street. As usual, present your gene code." "Okay." She held her wrist up to a holographic scanner. Gene code? She must have seen my confusion. Many survival bases perform a gene code check to grant access. The purpose is to arrest criminals who have previously broken the base's laws. That's true. The guard waved us through. "Open the gate." "All right, no problem. You two can enter." As we walked in, I was thoughtful. I've always thought this wasteland was consumed by cruelty, but have I just witnessed the dawn of civilization? Oh, I think it's the opposite. Civilization exists everywhere on this piece of land, just in a rather unusual form. She just laughed. Internal monologue. We walked into the main street. She was right. Civilization does exist here. It's just developed abnormally. If I had to describe the technology here in one word, it would be incommensurable. You see soldiers with rifles and cigarettes,
right next to merchants using holographic calculators. Internal monologue. People with missing limbs are common. Some use simple canes, others have advanced prosthetics more mobile than real legs. Internal monologue. But if the standard of living could be summed up in one word, it would also be incommensurable. There were starving men and women everywhere, just bags of bones. They didn't even have the strength to call for help, and no one cared. Complete indifference. That's the basic principle of life on 6th Street. The woman beside me was quiet for a moment. I turned to her. She finally spoke. The laws here are very simple. Murder and theft are punishable by death. Tax fraud leads to eviction. Intentional harm, prison. As she spoke, she walked right up to one of the starving people and kicked them violently in the head. "Hey, what are you doing? Stop!" The sound was sickening. She just walked away, ignoring my protest as the person she kicked grunted in pain. "I advise you to keep your mouth shut to avoid unnecessary trouble." "That guy? Why didn't they shoot him?" She looked back at me, her expression cold. "Stay away from that. That's an inspector, responsible for cleaning up corpses in the slums." The inspector, a crazed man in a helmet, cackled as he held a bloody club. I was horrified. "That person is clearly still alive." "Stop it. Let's go. You'll get used to this." To get into the inner circle of 6th Street, we'll have to pay 1 unit of crystals. But since we're only here to exchange some useful items, the outer market will be enough. Even though the outer market is covered in dirt, it's still better than the slums. The bodies of shot thieves or criminals are thrown right by the dump. At night, inspectors drag those bodies to the farm and mix them with the fat collected today in the camp, turning them into fertilizer. Narration. I just listened, disgusted. Some of the most famous, great thieves will be covered in formalin and nailed to a tree. Internal monologue. This is a perverted civilization. As we walked, I saw the true horror of the market. A merchant was showing off women with barcodes tattooed on their chests, like cattle. 30 crystals. What? Look at these tits, this face, this body. I guarantee you, this is the highest quality product. Look at the details. There are absolutely no defects. 50 crystals. I can't go any lower.
I heard an explosion nearby. Death claws? What is that? Before I could process it, the woman I was with took off. She yelled back at me. "There's a battle up ahead. Follow me." I had no choice but to follow, even though I was screaming at her. "Hey, are you sure this is the right direction?" Ugh, running after this crazy woman? I'm gonna get into trouble sooner or later. Just then, I heard soldiers shouting, "Faster! Maintain fire! Throw explosives!" We ran right into a combat zone. The soldiers were desperate. "Ammo! I need ammo!" Ah! They were fighting that. A grotesque, fleshy monster taking heavy fire. They tried to coordinate. Attack! Focus fire! But it was useless. The creature swatted them aside like flies. Men were thrown, coughing up blood. It was horrifying. We finally got a clear look at it. I couldn't believe my eyes. It's a mountain of meat. Why did this thing show up here? What the hell is this? The soldiers were desperate, one of them shouting, "Open fire, now! We won't last long!" They launched a rocket straight at it, and it exploded on impact. More shots landed, tearing into its flesh. Green fluid sprayed everywhere as the monster roared in agony. Chapter break. Title card. Suddenly, a massive blast of energy came from our side, hitting the creature head-on and making it stumble back in pain. The monster was clearly wounded. The woman beside me finally explained what this thing was. Roshan is a curse for all types of weapons, and his bad habit of throwing things is an absolute nightmare. She glanced towards the cannon that fired. The 99 Type anti-tank gun is practically the only thing that can destroy this big guy.
I looked over and saw what she was talking about. A massive, walking mech turret. After the battle, I noticed some people in protective suits approaching the monster's corpse. What are those guys doing? Collecting crystals. Besides, Roshin can be used as fertilizer, and the organism and phospholipids in a nutrient solution. Nutrient solutions? Why does that sound like food? I swear, I will never, ever touch any damn nutrient solution. She motioned for me to follow. Stop dawdling. Let's go. We arrived at a fortified gate. A guard spoke to her. Welcome to 6th Street. As usual, present your gene code. Okay. She held her wrist up to a holographic scanner. Gene code? She must have seen my confusion. Many survival bases perform a gene code check to grant access. The purpose is to arrest criminals who have previously broken the base's laws. That's true. The guard waved us through. Open the gate. All right, no problem. You two can enter. As we walked in, I was thoughtful. I've always thought this wasteland was consumed by cruelty, but have I just witnessed the dawn of civilization? Oh, I think it's the opposite. Civilization exists everywhere on this piece of land, just in a rather unusual form. She just laughed. Internal monologue. We walked into the main street. She was right. Civilization does exist here. It's just developed abnormally. If I had to describe the technology here in one word, it would be incommensurable. You see soldiers with rifles and cigarettes right next to merchants using holographic calculators. Internal monologue. People with missing limbs are common. Some use simple canes, others have advanced prosthetics more mobile than real legs. Internal monologue. But if the standard of living could be summed up in one word, it would also be incommensurable. There were starving men and women everywhere, just bags of bones. They didn't even have the strength to call for help, and no one cared. Complete indifference. That's the basic principle of life on 6th Street. The woman beside me was quiet for a moment. I turned to her. She finally spoke. The laws here are very simple. Murder and theft are punishable by death. Tax fraud leads to eviction. Intentional harm, prison. As she spoke, she walked right up to one of the starving people and kicked them violently in the head. Hey, what are you doing? Stop! The sound was sickening. She just walked away, ignoring my protest as the person she kicked grunted in pain. I advise you to keep your mouth shut to avoid unnecessary trouble. That guy, why didn't they shoot him? She looked back at me, her expression cold. Stay away from that. That's an inspector, responsible for cleaning up corpses in the slums. The inspector, a crazed man in a helmet, cackled as he held a bloody club. I was horrified. That person is clearly still alive. Stop it. Let's go. You'll get used to this. To get into the inner circle of 6th Street, we'll have to pay 1 unit of crystals. But since we're only here to exchange some useful items, the outer market will be enough. Even though the outer market is covered in dirt, it's still better than the slums. The bodies of shot thieves or criminals are thrown right by the dump. At night, inspectors drag those bodies to the farm and mix them with the fat collected today in the camp, turning them into fertilizer. Narration. I just listened.
And just like that, he's leaving. But what's going to happen next? What awaits them through that door? If you enjoyed this recap and want to see what happens, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen. See you next time.